Hi guys, welcome to the Canterbury and I am Grace. So today we are going to be talking about the police presence at Green Pride. Last week I did my video on Green Pride and all the amazing stuff that I got up to and the stuff that I got. I wanted to do a separate video for the police part of it because it doesn't really reflect the rest of the protestival. So in this video I'm going to talk about my experience that I had with the police and how the police treated Green Pride, and I am also going to talk about my opinion on that experience. Indy is joining me in the video today because she's being needy and wants cuddles. So don't be distracted by her head down there. My experience with the police presence at Green Pride started when me and my partner Ben decided to go out of the main circle of stalls where the protestival was mainly happening and sit in the shade in the trees and have a joint there, you know, away from all the crowds and in the shade, because we're both, well, I'm a very pale person and I got very sunburnt, so I needed the shade. So we sit down for quite a while. There's lots of other people around us, people from the festival, people just enjoying the park, not bothered by each other, just enjoying the space and getting along with the day, enjoying the festivities and the sun. While we were having our joint, we could see over in the corner just past the festival these massive transit riot police vans with, it just looked like tons and tons of police just there. Obviously one of them was giving them a talk and all the other ones were stood there listening. Like, it was like they were getting ready to go to war or like to actually deal with a riot. You know, this was very intense, like they looked very intense. It didn't really reflect the attitude of the event. So we have our joint and we sat there smoking. There are a few police officers walking around. We're very cautious not to be like visibly smoking in front of them and not to have, like, you know, be parading weed around. Just common sense. Then after we finished the joint and we were just enjoying sitting down in the shade, about between 10 and 15 of these police officers come down towards the event, all in twos, marching, big like, you know, like they were going to war. It was crazy. Most of them, about 8 of them, go through the side of a stall into the festival. Well, 3 of them kind of wait by the sides, and then one stands like a big bouncer waiting. And it was absolutely out of nowhere. It was so shocking and really intimidating at this point for everyone there, and that's when I decided to get my camera out and start filming it because, you know, if anything happened, I wanted actual video footage of what happened. So I'm gonna put that little bit on and maybe you'll get a sense of the attitude of the police. So here's that clip now. We're just watching the coppers being a bit intimidating, just keeping an eye on them. See all that yellow in there? That's all coppers. There's also a bunch of police vans over there that you can't see past those trees. I'm just doing this just so I can make sure that everything's
absolutely cheap chat. Look at
this. We're not finding many illegal things going on. Just what we thought, people smoking weed. Where are they going now? Okay, that's much better. Yeah, go on. Thank you. It's very nice to know that we're not doing anything wrong other than what we said that we were going to do. Bye bye. Hopefully you got a feel for the police atmosphere from that video. It was very, very on top, and it felt like overkill. Once I'd filmed that as well, as we were getting up to go back into the main part of the event, we saw just a bit above us in the trees some young people. They did look like they were over 18. You know, obviously if someone is under 18, they shouldn't have cannabis unless it's for medical reasons. So I am all for that part, but these look like, you know, just young adults sat by a tree, and the police have obviously picked them out, and they had sniffer dogs rooting through their bags. That's so intense. Like, you know what they have. They have cannabis. Like, you know, we're not going to hide it. That is why everyone is at this festival. Brighton Cannabis Club do a great job of organising it. They have meetings throughout the year with the council and the police to make sure that everything that they're doing is up to standard and, you know, by the book. You know, they know why we're there. I think it's very obvious that a festival to legalise cannabis is never going to get violent. There may be instances, like there's instances of everything, but I would imagine it's ridiculously rare. I don't see the point of sending that many police officers and having that kind of reaction to a protest to legalise cannabis. An organised protest with legitimate businesses there, promoting their products. Everything was done by the book. It's not criminal, it's just against the law. I just wanted to make a video highlighting the fact that even though there does seem to be this massive movement, you know, yay, we've got cannabis derived products now being able to be prescribed on the NHS through your GPs. That's fantastic. But the actual stance of the government is, you are breaking the law. What you are doing is wrong. And that needs to change. They need to work with us. There's some great activists out there fighting, and they're honest. They're not saying it's the answer to everything, but it's a much better option than the ones that we have right now, and let people have the choice. It's as easy as that. Imagine all the money that the police can save by not going after cannabis crimes. They could actually fight real crime. So I just wanted to get on my soapbox really and put that out there that, you know, some police forces are on board and see the point in not going after cannabis, but there are still a lot out there that have a very strong negative stance against it still, and it's our job to try and enlighten them and educate them. Next time you see a police officer, ask them how they feel about cannabis. We have to get the dialogue going. I'm going to do it. Next time I see him, I'm going to have a chat. Thank you for watching. You can follow me on my social medias. They're down in my description. Please do subscribe to the channel. Every subscription is greatly appreciated. Thank you to all you guys who've followed me for so long. Hunter, talking to you guy. But anyway, you guys have a great day. Peace.